Hey guys, what is going on and welcome back to Mark's Tech. So look, you're watching this video because you're probably in the market for a new phone and you're maybe considering getting the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And you want to know just one simple thing. How's the camera quality? And then look at me, Mark, from Mark's Tech, is making a video for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? The back of the phone has this really weird, crazy two-step camera bump. On the first step, you get your camera flash along with what seems to be the laser autofocus. On the second step, that's where you find the goodies. And those goodies are the main 108 megapixel sensor, which does 9:1 pixel binning, the telemacro camera, which is awesome, and the telephoto camera along with a depth camera. Believe me when I say this, the camera performance on this phone is really crisp. The photos you're looking at now is taken from the main 108 megapixel camera in the 12 megapixel mode. So this takes 9 pixels and averages the information from them into 1 pixel. This is very good for low light as well since it helps with noise reduction, but we'll go ahead and test that out here shortly. The colors are nice, the sharpness is nice, and really I have no complaints about the photos considering that the phone is near the price range of 200 USD depending on your VAT and other taxes. Up next, we have the ultra-wide camera, and the ultra-wide camera is an 8 megapixel f2.2 with a 112 degree field of view. It's not as wide as the S21 or iPhone with their 120 degree field of view, but the Redmi Note 10 Pro definitely gets the job done, and the ultra-wide photos look great. The telemacro camera on this phone makes sense. Redmi, thank you so much for not just, I don't want to be mean, but thank you for not being idiots and just slapping a 2 megapixel macro camera on your phone just to say you have a macro camera on the phone. See, this phone takes a similar approach to the S21, where the macro camera is built into the telephoto camera. The only difference is that the S21 Ultra automatically switches from telephoto to macro as you get closer to the subject. Meanwhile, with the Redmi Note 10 Pro, all you gotta do is just go over into telephoto mode, click the options, and then click on super macro. Same thing, just a little extra steps. I'm not a huge fan of macro mode because I just don't really use it, but again, at least they didn't include a dedicated macro camera. The telephoto quality, on the other hand, is also great, but it also only does 2x optical zoom. Maybe that's important for you and maybe it's not. But it seems like Redmi should improve the stabilization a little bit in telephoto mode because it is a little bit jumpy, which can introduce results that aren't sharp. HDR seems great, colors seem great, and overall, not bad. So how's portrait mode? Well, I'm glad you asked because you guys read my mind. You're a mind reader. That is exactly what we're going to be testing out right now. Portrait mode is pretty good. It actually does a great job with edge detection, and what I like about most Android phones is that you don't have to be a certain distance away. So for example, on the iPhone, if you're too close, it'll tell you to back up, which can get pretty annoying. HDR on the rear using portrait mode isn't necessarily great, but it does get the job done. Front-facing portrait mode is also great on the Redmi, actually shockingly great again when it comes to edge detection, but the HDR on the front-facing is also not the best. So now, ladies and gentlemen, night mode. Night mode on the phone is using only the main camera and the telephoto camera, not the ultra-wide camera. Take that for what you will. So let's go ahead and look at the main camera night mode first. Redmi says that it has night mode 2.0, which uses advanced raw multi-frame algorithm for crisp and bright images. Now, for those of you that aren't complete nerds, that just means it's supposed to be great. But how great is it? Well, you're looking at it right now, so you tell me. So now let's test out the front-facing video. It seems very stable so far. Sorry I didn't do a lot of portrait selfies, because I hate taking selfies, man. I never know what face to make, and I don't know, it's just cringy, to be honest. So you guys only got like 3 photos out of that. Anyway, front-facing camera. It has the name Pro in it, Redmi Note 10 Pro. Unfortunately, it can only do 1080p 30 on the front-facing camera. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't seem very pro to me, and it's very zoomed in on my face, dude. I need to do this. There you go. I'm gonna walk like this now. How's the sound, by the way? Hopefully it sounds good. Now this is 4K 30, so thankfully it has at least some sort of 4K option since it bears the name Pro, which I'm still kind of sketchy about, but what was that? Oh, it's a squirrel, dude. That was an alligator. You never know around these parts. Anyway, so yeah, how's the stabilization? It looks a little shaky on my end. Hopefully AI takes care of that. How's the HDR? Looks pretty good. I mean, honestly, It's barely a $200 phone, or a little over 200 bucks depending where you are. Not bad. So this thing also has something called dual video, which is obviously picture-in-picture video recording. I can record the rear, which looks like it's actually more stable than normal 4K 60. So I think it's probably 1080p 30 with super steady enabled, if I had to guess. The front-facing video actually seems to be a lot more wide, because it used to be like this. I have to like do this for you guys to see me, but now it looks pretty good. Oh, there is another squirrel right there. You know, I kind of like this dual video mode. It actually gives you guys two perspectives on like what's going on. You can see behind me, in front of me. You can see my reaction to squirrels. It's a win-win. The only difference is that you guys are not subscribed for some reason. So if you are new here, I don't know, maybe subscribe. Dude, I am running out of breath. I need to go home. It's almost about to rain. Kick the rock. So how's dual video look like? I think it's pretty awesome. So to end the video, I just want to say that this phone surprised me a lot. Like, I really didn't expect it to be as good as I thought it would be. Now, depending on when you guys are watching this, I've already released my 1-week review, so if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. This phone packs a lot into its price tag. For example, where is it? The Pocophone M3. I've also did a review on this. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I just don't like it. Go watch the review, man. You'll understand why. But this phone, so much better. Redmi, good job. If you guys have any questions about the phone, definitely leave me a comment down below. I pretty much read them all whenever I'm bored, which is all the time. And that's it. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Have a good one.